What's up, guys? Bluddshed here. Welcome to another PTR preview of some of the builds that got buffed for the PTR Patch 2.6.6 for Diablo 3 and Season 18. This is not like a complete guide or anything. This is just like a first look, I guess, or a preview of what's to come, like I said. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Up first, we have the Roland. The Roland push build actually got buffed with the Captain Crimson set. And I was going to use the Echoing Fury with the build, but it is, you actually cap out on 5 attacks per second anyway, so it's almost not even useful. And yeah, we actually cap out on attack speed. You can see we have 5 attacks per second, so that's the limit. And it's really good, man. You actually do lots of damage. This is kind of like a better version of Hoda, I'd say. And yeah, like you can see our main stat is less than 10,000. So all the testing was done with 1,000 Paragon and no augments. Let's go ahead and DPS this guy down. You can see the deeps, man, for what like a low bar testing that we have. The captain does give it like a focus and restraint power to the build. You can see we're at 7.7 million sheet damage. So it actually is insane, right? This kill's taking a little bit longer, but it was a shielding mob, and shielding mobs are a little bit more notorious for being super tank, but we're also super tank. We're able just to sit there and DPS it in the face. I don't want to grab the shield pylon just because I want to kind of showcase the build and not pylon usage. And we're using Endless Walk set. All the builds also will be in the description for you, so you can check them out. Again, like we spent hours and hours testing, and I just kind of want to go through and show you guys the fruits of our labor. Let me keep up all my buffs here. And we made this today on stream, and I was pleasantly surprised, honestly. I'm gonna jump in the Oculus, right? I was pleasantly surprised what came out of it. It was a pretty awesome day. A lot of builds that I didn't think were gonna do well, did well. And I really like this patch. I really like how Captain brought up some of these B tier builds. So what Captain Crimson does, it makes things like Roland more viable. It makes things like Uliana's more viable, right? So it's an awesome thing, and I can't wait to see more changes like that in the future. Get our globes here and move on. So you can see how far we're pulling ahead with such a low gear level. You can see our Paragon's capped at 1,000. And that's going to be the same with all the builds today. I usually test at the same level. That way I get a good feel for how they're performing, and when I make tier lists, I can really kind of contextualize everything and put it together for you guys. And there will be actually, you know, tier lists before the season goes live and all that stuff, so I'll have all that ready, but it's so early now to say, and there might be another set of patch notes that do change things. I'm gonna try to tank this. Let's see, we have Iron Skin. Yeah, there might be like patch notes and like changes, and it might really change things. So I'm just gonna wait and slow play it. And like I said, I'm not gonna make any official build guides until it gets closer to the season launch. I just don't want to have to do double work and all that stuff. And let's get this kill, and I think you guys get the feel for it. It's badass. It's kind of like Hoda, right? You guys get the feel for it. I'm gonna go ahead and switch builds here once I pick all these globes up. Yeah, honestly, I've had fun with this little Fapsater. And it makes me almost want to main Roland, because I'm like, damn, this is pretty fun, dude. And like, you know, we don't have to worry about carrying Echoing Fury. We have Echoing Fury built into the kit. And it's like Hoda, we have like, you get a lot of, if you add life on hit, you're getting a lot of resource and health and mobility with the pony, and you can drag mobs. Look at that. So it's kind of a nice build. And yeah, let's go ahead and go to the next one. Something that's not as fast as Condemn, but is really fun, is a Shield Bash Crusader, right? So we're gonna go on GR75 because it's actually really close to like a T16 level, right? So it gives you an idea for a speed build, right? So same parameters as always. We're gonna pop our cooldowns, jump in here, and what happens is every 5 Shield Bash, you unleash this huge attack. And because of Captain Crimson, again, it gives us just a little bit more kick that we needed to be able to do damage. So even though it's not, like I said, it's more of a fun, I mean, we were getting like 3.5 minute clears. Don't get me wrong, like we have some juice here, but I think it went the wrong way. But yeah, it's no Condemn, but it's a fun alternative and one of those lesser known or non-meta speed builds that are really interesting. I literally almost bought the Grim Dawn expansion this year because one of the classes that they added was like a shield bash, whatever kind of character. So I've been wanting this playstyle for a while, and I'm kind of happy to report that it's working. As you can see right here, you can actually use it, especially if you want some fun or you want to do like an off meta challenge to yourself for the season. So you can see the charges down here. After 5 shield bashes, you release it, and that's with the Flail of the Ascended. And it's the same thing like Sweep Crusader, where you have a lot of attack speed, and you can see how fast, boom, 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 right? You actually build it up. You have really good single target. And it's awesome, dude. I'm so happy. The captain is like the best thing that happened to the game, right? In terms of variety these days, right? So I'll have links for everything again in the description if you guys want to try them out for yourself on the PTR. If you want to improve on the builds, you know? Again, I spent about 2 hours on each build just to kind of make sure we had everything, but there's most likely things that I missed on the PTR. Let me through the waller. There's most likely things that we've missed on the PTR, so yeah, I look forward to making the builds better. All my builds I edit throughout the life cycle of the season. So once the season goes live, I actually do go back and look at them if anything's changed, and especially if I main the build, then I can really min-max it and all that stuff, change the stat priorities, and you get it. We'll take care of you. On Patreon, I use like a website, and you can go there and use whatever build, browse whatever build we made, and it'll be completely updated before next season. So the Shield Bash Satyr looking kind of good, man. Looking kind of sweet. Sticking to the vein of non-meta builds, the Uliana 7-sided strike EP Monk is better than ever. Honestly, it definitely holds up to the new T16, and it does take advantage of the Captain Crimson set, as you can see. Well, this guy's running away from me. You just kind of kill an elite, get your NGM proc, and you fly through the rift. Blinding Flash, 7-sided strike. The Mad Stone and how everything works together. It applies EP and blows it up at the same time. We have videos on all these builds in the past. I might go through and do an update video just for everything, just to kind of get everybody up to speed on what's new and what's viable. I'm gonna jump in there. Risky. Okay, we got it. What? Let's go ahead and fly. Look for another elite. So it's good. And then you just kind of like teleport around. Blinding Flash, 7-sided strike. If you're familiar with this build, we actually did use this on our Let's Play for Monk a few seasons ago. So that was good. That was good. People really like that. And I mained LTK, and then we used U6 for a lot of the farming. I'm gonna die here. It's very volatile, but look at this progression, right? Builds like this are overshadowed because things like Wave of Light are just so popular. Most people are gonna gravitate toward the easiest thing. You're not gonna actually play something that's a little bit even less efficient, typically. So yeah, that's why you don't really see this popularized so much, right? And you can actually make this tankier. Like I have Stone of Jordan, you can probably drop it and everything like that. I like to just go full glass cannon one shot, but if I was playing hardcore, I might do something for damage reduction. But yeah, man, the U6 SSS, pretty dope. Let's go ahead and jump on the next build here. The captain set was also good too, the Explosive Blast Wizard. If you don't know about the EB Wizard, it's like a perma exploding ball of energy, a fire. And it utilizes the Ingeom weapon with the Explosive Blast weapon and the chain reaction skill with Explosive Blast. You basically have, you can see, right? It just perma exploding, killing everything in sight. Once you get your Ingeom proc, you're pretty much off to the races. I think my Ingeom is lost somewhere in here, so it's tied to one of these mobs. Keep up FNR and you're just kind of killing everything. You can see the progression's already doing well. We don't even have Ingeom yet. Hopefully I don't die here. Okay, good, that was a close one. We don't want to stand in explosions, right? So yeah, basically you just number lock everything and keep up focus and restraint, and then just run through enemies and you just crush the content. It's really good. So you can see like what these videos have shown is there's a lot of options because of the captain set. It just allows for more cooldown, which gives us more utility, and the more cooldown gives us more damage and reduce resource costs. It just makes everything more efficient and just overall more fun. Like I really love this set. It's my favorite addition to the patch, and it's bringing back builds that were forgotten And I just like variety too. Like I have a whole non-meta Let's Play that I started because I like the off-meta or the more obscure builds a lot of the time. So let's go ahead and go down here. Do some deeps, man. I might do a full SSF season and just really kind of take my time with it and dissect all the builds and really play everything and play with the push with a multi-class like I did this current season. So yeah, if you were curious about EB Wiz with Tal Rasha, never fear, Bloodshed is here. It's actually crushing everything. And again, 1000 Paragon, no augments. You can only imagine if you were to add actual stuff, you'd be doing even better, right? If you thought Shield Bash was crazy, just wait till you see our Jade chicken build. So we're utilizing the Monojuma set with Jade to get the movement speed and the Captain Crimson for more cooldown, more damage, right? That upfront burst. And we're actually invulnerable when we pop Jaunt. So we're able to pop out a chicken and freely DPS. I'll kind of show that here. We're able to pop out a chicken and then essentially we have a free DPS here. So you pop out, you jaunt, you get everything leveled up, and then you can just blow things up from there. So chicken, pop, jaunt, and then there you go. This is a really fun build, and I kind of fixed the mobility, and I don't know if anyone's used Jade with chicken before, or either way, it's kind of a funny play style. And it works, man. It does work. I tried Echoing Fury and things like that on Jade, and I didn't really like how it all worked out. Like, you do enough damage, so you kind of jaunt here. That way you're invulnerable. And yeah, you go to the next elite, pop, dot. I should have jaunted right there so I didn't get knocked back. Yeah, it kind of fixes all the problems in a way. Like, I don't know why I got stuck somehow. But you can see the progress. It's pretty dope, man. Jump in, pop out, jaunt, group, dot, blow up. It's just like normal Jade, except for you just use chicken, I guess. But one thing I noticed was we couldn't improve our times any other way without actually getting more movement speed, because you're kind of stuck to the mechanics of Jade. Whoops, dot, pop. There it is. It's good, man. This is a fun build. I've been having too much fun with this PTR, and I don't know, man. Maybe this captain, I've been captain crazy. This captain set has got me Looney Tunes. But again, Paragon, right? 1000 Paragon, no augments. It's actually crazy what's viable. And hopefully you guys find some fun combos that you can share with me. The Jade Chicken Doc, man, is actually on fire. Let's check right here. Let's go to the next level. So you can keep up too. A lot of these builds that I made, they're meant for group and solo play. So you can actually keep up with your friends if they're playing like the multi-shots of the world, the Wave of Light. They're kind of have high mobility and high DPS in mind, like, you know, utility. That way you can actually not fall behind so much. Let's go for a little bit longer here just so you guys can see the greatness. I'm pretty proud about this one. I've been doing some unconventional stuff. Like I took off Swami with the wizard, and I'm using chicken with Jade, and I don't know, we did a shield bash, right? I don't know, I've been doing some wacky stuff, and it's actually paid off. So I guess my discovery in Diablo 3 has been pretty good overall. Like, I guess just trying out things and them working is refreshing in a way. Oh, these trees are way far apart from each other. I have to DPS them all individually, unless they're health link. Oh, there we go. They grouped up. Cool. Thank you, trees. Peace out, tree. Let's go for a little bit longer on this. That way you guys can see. You can kill trash too, but I would just go from elite to elite. That's what people are going to be doing in your 4-man. If you're solo, I guess it doesn't matter. But if you're in a group, everyone just flies from elite to elite with Ingeom and things like that. Did I pass one? We got this guy. Last one for the road. Boom. And boom. GG. No, let's fight the Rift Guardian. We're already this far. Okay, you guys, it's a bonus time with Jade, actually. I'll try to get a tier list together before the season goes live. It shouldn't be too hard. But again, once the PTR is over, I won't be able to test anything. Oh man. No more elites for the RG. Once the PTR is over, I won't be able to test anything realistically, so. You can actually use squirts with this because you are invulnerable for a few seconds with Jade. Squirts has like a 2-second ramp up time, basically. So yeah, you can actually use squirts, and I tried like Saint Archus and all that stuff. But let's do I'm gonna jaunt so I don't take any damage, get the dot, and then take out Tethries here. Not bad single target, can't complain. All right, one last wacky build that I'm kind of proud of. The Natalia Strafe Demon Hunter build with the Captain Crimson and AUG Guild set. So it focuses heavily on grenades, and the AUG Guild, we have really high elite damage. Let me just show you, okay? So you've probably seen a Strafe build before. We're gonna pop all our cooldowns and go. This is pretty good for a Strafe build, and again, like I've spent a couple hours on it. I bet you there's ways we can make it even better. We're gonna, no elites yet, but we can kill the density. So we can actually kill all this stuff and get nice, juicy progression. It's kind of thick over here, so. Pop this. It's kind of crazy how fast Rain of Vengeance is up too as well. So here we go. Now we can start getting progression. We got an elite. You can vanish just like we did with Witch Doctor in a way, right? You get that like Spirit Walk effect. Drop Rain of Vengeance constantly on the target. Like there's just insane amounts of grenades raining everywhere. And I think the way the Captain works is just like having Focus and Restraint, or even stronger than Focus and Restraint. So we have like this crazy multiplier on top of everything. And it's super viable, at least for solo play. I really want to test it in multiplayer to see the viability of it. I guess because it's just like a strafe build and it's not supposed to work, but it does work, right? So I'm going to kind of displacement through the explosion. It's not really supposed to work, but it's been working. And this is one of the most fun builds I had on the PTR because I was shocked. I was shocked with Shield Bash. I was shocked with Jade, with the chicken working. I've been shocked with this one, right? And I'm kind of excited. I'm using displacement too much here, but we're getting our resource back pretty quickly. Man, this clear, boys. That's not even an open map. Pick up the globes. Let's head down over here. Not even keeping up Vengeance. Drop grenades. You can see if you just look at Rain of Vengeance at the bottom, it's up a lot. Like it's up every few seconds. So you have to almost get used to spamming. It's up, it's up, it's up, right? It's almost hard to get used to. It's kind of turns into almost like a spammy build where it never really was. I guess I don't think it was before. But man, a strafe build in 2019, huh? I was getting like 3.5 minute clears when I'm trying hard and not sucking so bad, I guess. But yeah. And then when you get channeling pylon, it's just non-stop grenades, man. Once you get that channeling pop, it's just like non-stop grenades, dude. Just like it's too much. You're gonna break the servers, Blood. What are you doing, man? They can't handle it. So you can see we have channeling, and we have actually I think I dropped Flavor of Time. I might have it. No, I don't think so. Let's see what we have in the cube. Ring of Royal Grandeur. Okay, I was using Flavor Time for a little while and I was loving my minute channeling, but we don't have it. We went with more damage to really pump up the grenade damage more than anything. So like Jade, this is probably a shock to a lot of people, so I'm gonna do a little bit longer of a clear just so you guys can see the full picture of everything. And this will probably be the last one today anyway. I think we covered, I don't even know, I lost count, 5 to 7 builds. And I got to make sure the Diablo fans are working. That way you guys can try them for yourself on the PTR. And I hope you guys like these like preview videos. It's kind of a way for me to show you guys what we've been working on without officially putting a guide out. Like I said, waiting to see what happens with the patch and all that stuff, the PTR. Woo, displacement. Woo. You know, it's like a way for me to be like, hey, this is what we're working on. Check out some fun stuff, but it might change dramatically. Get some more. There's plenty of density here to get the Rift Guardian to spawn. Then we'll fight the RG really quick. As far as push builds go, I've been working on push builds every day on stream also. It's harder to find the right. With speeds, it's kind of easier because there's a min-max thing that you can do. But a pretty good single target, yeah. With speeds, it's easier to kind of min-max it and get a definitive answer, but with pushing, it's a little bit different because you have to really push at the highest levels to understand. Like I made a Wave of Light Sunwuko push build today, but I know like I'd probably opt for more glass cannon as I get higher and higher and higher. You start to strip away layers, And you really don't know that until you spend more time with it. So I'm trying to develop the push builds and the speed builds at the same time. Anyways, shout out to all the patrons who support the stream. Shout out to all the subs on Twitch, YouTube, anyone that supports anywhere, people that buy t-shirts, man, people that watch the podcast, like and comment on the podcast, all that stuff. Much love. Until next time, links are in the description for everything. This is the Boba Bloodshed, and I'm out of here. Peace.